Hello friends and welcome to this lesson. We are in the Made Easy Presentation Skills course, and this is our lesson where we learn how to prepare for creating a presentation. So today in this lesson we are going to learn what are the steps that we need to take prior to starting working on the slides. So there are some steps that we need to take. Let me show you those steps. The first step that we take is preparation. So before we actually start preparing our slides, which is the third step from here, we first need to do some prior preparation, and then we will also do a structuring before we actually come to the slides. And then once we have prepared our slides, which is our content, then we'll talk about the delivery and then I'll give you the final tips. So this is what we have to do. So please understand that as soon as the topic is decided, as soon as you have decided your subject, it does not mean you start preparing slides, you start typing on slides, or you start cutting and pasting material on slides. No, no, no. First, you go through the preparatory stage, which we are going to do just now. Then there'll be other lessons in which we'll talk about structuring. And then we have a couple of lessons in which we talk about slides, how to create those slides, and then delivery and a few tips. So let's go ahead and see what we've got here. So my dear friends, is there any point in doing something if you do not have a clear objective? So without an objective, it is of no use trying to prepare a presentation or trying to deliver a presentation. So for a presentation to be really successful, the first thing you have to do is decide on your aim, your purpose, your objective. You can ask yourself the question, why am I making this presentation? So once that why is clear to you, then what do I need will also become clear. So once your purpose is clear, to meet that purpose, to lead your audience to that purpose, you will require a structure, because only a road can lead you from point A to point B. So you need to lay out that road for your audience, because that is the journey they will take. Now here in this presentation also, I have created a road for you. Let me show you. This is your road to learning good presenting. What is the road? Preparation, structure, slides, delivery, and a few tips. So this is the way you also need to structure your presentation. So we'll learn how to structure. But the first thing is that you need to understand your objective, and there may be several purposes. So there'll be a main purpose, there'll be some sub purposes. Write down everything, decide on those objectives. Once you have clarified your purpose, you have to think about the people who are going to watch your presentation. Because once that becomes clear to you, then you can tailor your presentation to your audience. So it's not the same presentation that can be delivered to different audiences. You should try to customize your presentation to suit different audiences. The basic structure, the basic premise, the basic content can remain the same, but the examples can vary. Some explanations can vary. So you should try to treat your matter and subject to fulfill the expectations of the audience, because the audience will come there thinking, I'll get this in this presentation, I'll learn this in this presentation. So okay, I'm expecting this from the presentation. So once you have all that in mind, try to fulfill those things with a view to who are the members of your audience. See, you need to profile your audience. So if you are able to get the profile of your audience, then you can beam the presentation accordingly, target the presentation, tailor the presentation. So you must predetermine their media literacy also. What kind of language, what kind of explanation, what kind of graphics, what kind of images am I going to use, what kind of illustrations am I going to use, and what, in my opinion, would make a better impact on them, and what would make things easier for them to understand. So this is my prior preparation. And then once my audience study has been done, audience analysis has been done, once I have decided on my objective and I have clarity on what all I want to inform, explain, and for what I need to persuade, motivate my audience, when once all this is clear to me, when all these things are listed down by me, plus the profile of my audience, then I should go about collecting or gathering data. Because based on these two things, I'll gather my data. Because data is going to take my premise forward. So based on the data that I present, my audience will be convinced or not convinced. So I need to get data that is going to appeal to them, and I need to create a structure that is going to logically sequence everything so that my audience is able to grasp. So my dear friends, I am not trying to make you understand through the air. What I am going to do is, please understand what I am trying to say in this lesson, and then when we go to structuring, we will also be taking up one example. So you're not going to learn only through these lectures, you're going to learn through examples, you're going to learn through doing. You start doing it. You'll have to choose a topic and you have to start following what I'm telling you, so that by the end of this course, you would have learned how to structure a presentation, how to create slides, how to deliver these presentations. All right. So gather more data than you're going to require. So friends, once we have done this preparatory stage, our next stage will be structure. So thanks a lot for watching this lesson, and I am going to see you in the next lesson. Until then, all the best.